right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 3XL podcast. My name is Ray. I am one half of the 3X podcast. You can find me over at Twitter and Twitch at RAY2000123. With me, as always, the other half of Team 3XL, the co-host of 3XL podcast, the former Damn I Died, aka Unavailable Trigon, BKA D. Brother, how you doing?
Ray, aka Harass of the fucking Brethren. I'm fine. How about yourself?
I forgot to switch the graphic. I'm doing good, man. We're just a lot to recap here with the Rumble, but definitely want to get as far as at least recap. D pretty much convinced me just to focus on the Rumble, and we can do other things that's been going on with WWE. Right now, WWE is super mega white hot at the moment, but especially that we're post the Rock and Roman press conference from yesterday. We're recording this right now as of February 9th, the day after, as far as, so SmackDown's already finished. So we'll get as far as more later into details, but we'll recap, mainly focus on the Rumble. So I will do my best to try to, as far as speed run this, because there's a lot of info. But first up, as far as going up into the Women's Royal Rumble, match went 1 hour and 5 minutes. Bayley was the heavy favorite going into the Rumble. I'll quickly run down as far as what took place, as well as a surprise entrance. The first two win we had to kick off the Rumble, we had Natalya and Naomi. Naomi returning after a run in TNA, who was the former Knockout Champion. More on that in just a bit. Number 3, we had as far as Bayley. Number 4, the biggest surprise entrant was Jordynne Grace, the current TNA Knockout Champion. Jordynne Grace looked impressive. She looked like she belonged in the ring with the rest of the women. So I'll go as far as moving on to the next here. So, how surprised were you to see her in WWE when she showed up, bro?
I mean, I kind of called that they could have it in the prediction. I'm pretty sure I said that, hey, after Mickey James last year, I wouldn't be surprised to see, a champion in there. So I was surprised, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I don't believe they got that, the TNA wrestler.
Well, I guess how did you think she fared out?
Oh, she was wonderful. But, I mean, it's not like she's not a star. She's excellent. If we're being honest, TNA has the best women's division, so
wow,
it's not surprising that their women come in and shine.
Yeah, I mean, I liked her. She looked impressive. Like I said, it looked like she belonged out there with the rest of the women, so I would not be surprised if she shows up in the future, but we'll see. But moving on. Next entrance, as far as we had Indy Hartwell, Asuka, Ivy Now, Katana Chance. Shout out to Brian Alvarez. Bianca Belair next, Kairi Singh, Tegan Nox, Kaden Carter would follow after that. I do want to highlight a weird spot they had with Kairi Singh, like this Spider-Man spot where she was hanging on the side. And Asuka was trying to help her. It looked like a botched move, but I didn't hear anything about this. Like, do you even know what the hell they were trying to do?
Nah, it just looked like they were trying to do something. She fell off and her feet touched the ground without, it just looked like it didn't work. Whatever they were trying didn't work out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of funny. I was entertained by it.
I mean, I have the graphic of her hanging on there. Yeah, that was impressive. But
it was like a fake Naomi / Kofi Kingston kind of moment, I thought it was funny.
I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do, but I think I recall Bayley saying, like, what happened to the plan? I'm like, what plan? What are you talking about? I was like, this couldn't have been the plan, but I think they both went out at the same time. I can't remember, but something feels off about this, but regardless of, as far as moving on. So around this time, I believe Jordynne Grace was actually eliminated, but great showcasing for her. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Xia Li, who's next was a little bit over the top. I think you remember her coming out with those weapons, and you were like, "What the hell is this?" But
no, I knew what it was. I don't understand the point of doing all of that, before the Royal Rumble, before you get into the Royal Rumble match. That's what you do before a regular match. You don't put on your little exhibition before the Royal Rumble.
Oh, I know you were bothered by people running to the ring.
Yeah, no, I think that's stupid.
It is stupid.
I don't understand why you're running to the ring to get one blown up. And I understand you got cardio, but don't you want to save your energy in case you need to be in there for a while? And they're just straight darting to the ring like the match is gonna end before they can get in there. You're
Yeah.
not in the match until you get in the ring. So no matter what, the match can't end before you get in. So why are you running? I can understand if you have a teammate in there and you're trying to save your teammate from getting thrown out. But if you're just going in there by yourself, what the hell are you running for?
Yeah, that's a big issue for me too.
Never
But
understood that. I think it's stupid.
yeah, I mean, usually heels are the smartest ones. I usually go into the ring that kind of wait until the end, or take your time, don't enter immediately, or go to the announcer table. Just why would you go in as soon as possible? But that doesn't make sense to me. But whatever. Anyway, I totally agree with you that.
Like I understand the baby face is just walking down
Yeah.
and going in, and I understand the heels taking as much time as they can. Like if it was me and I'm a heel, I'm gonna wait until the countdown starts before I even think about getting in the ring, and
Mm-hmm.
even then I might not get in. But to actually run down, like I think the stupidest thing is to run down, slide in, and get knocked and get clotheslined
Yeah.
over the top. That's just stupid.
I think that happened to what's his name in this in the men's what's his name JD McDonough, but I think he got eliminated really quickly. But
No, no,
yeah,
no. He didn't. I will get to it, but that's
yeah,
not
we'll
what
get
happened.
for sure get that. But all right, after that we did have as far as Zelina Vega. Then after that, Maxine Dupree would enter, and can I say like Maxine looked terrible here. She kept botching her moves to where even Bailey struggled to even carry her in the match. But next up, we had as far as Nia Jax showing up at number 19 in the Women's Rumble. And boy, was Nia an absolute monster. Like, Nia started cleaning house by having as far as the most eliminations as far as females competitors at 8. Shotzi was as far as would be coming up next, followed by Becky
Well,
Lynch.
speaking of Nia, she looked like she actually looked good. She looked like she lost some weight,
You
and
think
she
so?
also looked like she's been training.
I
Like, she
mean,
looked like didn't look like she was hurting anybody, which is a far cry from her.
yeah, you know what? There was really no injuries, but she did look kind of impressive in there, and she looked strong. But I was going to bring up something as far as Nia, and I think you had a question, or you were wondering why they were making him look strong, and I think I had an answer for that. But yeah, after that, it's like I said, getting as far as where Shotzi, Becky Lynch, Alba Fire, and your girl Shayna Baszler would soon join in. Valhalla would enter at
They
25,
do her
but
so dirty.
who?
Shayna Baszler, they just do her so
Yeah,
dirty.
she didn't last long. I thought she'd do a little bit better, but they're totally disrespecting her, man.
But yeah, I hope. Now, honestly, she's one of those. I hope she leaves. They did great with her in NXT, but they've
Yeah.
done nothing with her on the main roster. And
Yeah.
with all of her people in AEW,
Uh
and
huh.
even what we call it going over to Ring of Honor, which is still AEW property. I hope that Shayna leaves because they do absolutely nothing with her and they make her look stupid.
I mean, I don't know.
She's
We'll
doing the
see.
thing with what's her name, the one who's with Trish. So,
Oh, Zoe. Yeah. I mean, she kind of looks like a
it's
butch
not her.
Trish Stratus.
I mean, yeah, I don't care what she looks like. They're not doing
Yeah.
anything
No, no, you're right.
really
Yeah.
with them. And Shayna doesn't need to be a tag team wrestler. Shayna can speak on the mic. She
Yeah.
can go in the ring. Why not do something with that kind of talent? You see what they did
Mm.
with her in NXT.
Yeah.
She's come to the main roster and she had that stupid match with with Ronda Rousey, and they've done absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
Hey, it kills me.
No, I feel you, man. I feel like Shayna, like her dominant run in NXT was, I mean, that was pretty impressive in my opinion. And she kind of, I feel like they treat Liv Morgan higher, or have her
Yeah,
tier above, and that's kind of stupid in my opinion. But that's just me.
her run was just as good as Oscar's.
Hey, yeah, I
I'm
agree.
not gonna say it was better. Oscar was undefeated, but Shayna Baszler's run was just as good
Hmm.
and just as dominant.
True, very true. Okay, so continuing on, Valhalla was at number 25, but one of the comedy highlights of the night belonged to R-Truth, who came in also at number 25, but was in the wrong Rumble. The distraction from Truth would cause Valhalla to get eliminated. Soon after, Michin, Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez, fine Roxanne Perez, would enter. But who cares, because at number 28, Jade Cargill would finally make her long-awaited WWE debut. And she probably had, as far as the biggest reaction in the females Royal Rumble, when she kind of, I remember the conversation we had was um, during the match. I was saying, well, you were saying as far as that, why they having as far as Nia Jax having so many eliminations, or was she looking so strong? I said that
Well, no, I was
she was,
just wondering why she had so many eliminations.
yeah,
I knew she would look strong, but it was just like, why is she? why are you already breaking records with with the
Yeah.
eliminations, especially if you have good people holding these records?
Well, my reasoning was like, and I think I told you this. Like, I think it's to make Jade look strong, and that's essentially what happens. They made her look strong by eliminating Nia Jax. And before I continue, my question to you, D, is: do you think WWE did a good job as far as presenting her to WWE fans? Was there anything they could have done better, or would you have booked it this way, or were you fine with how they did it?
I was not disappointed because she looked strong. I think I was more surprised that so many people knew her, which was actually a pleasant surprise because they haven't done anything to to broadcast it. It was like they were banking on people watching the AEW product and knowing who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I personally wouldn't have had Nia eliminate everybody. You don't have to have her eliminate people to look strong. You could just have her beating people up, and you can have her doing because she even had the spot with Piper Niven where she looked strong against Piper Niven, who's also a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So you made her look strong. You didn't have to have her eliminate all of those people to have Jade, which was impressive, body slam her and like toss her out. That made Jade in herself look strong. It's like they were just trying to give Nia something. Like, hey, your cousin's on the board. Let's you got to give her something here.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
came back, and I don't know. It's just like I don't think that she needed all of the eliminations to look strong. Nia is always going to look strong, and if you can pick up somebody like Nia Jackson, toss her out, she would have looked strong immediately by doing what she
Yeah.
did.
Just like she even got a
Like
reaction
to
from
me,
Becky.
like what Nia didn't add to what Jade did. She didn't look any stronger because of what Nia had done previously in the
Okay.
Royal in
Okay.
Rumble. My opinion.
No, I got you. I mean, I figured I wanted to ask as far as how they did. I thought she looked. I thought Jade looked great. This is the perfect time to
Yeah, she
be
looked
her.
great.
Yeah.
She looked better than she did in AEW.
I mean, I assume with all that time off she had, she improved, but we'll see. But so I guess we're heading on as far as running off the final, as far as part of the women's rumble. But the last two entrants were Tiffany Stratton
Got
and
it.
at 29 and Liv Morgan at 30.
Which was a
There,
disappointment.
yeah, that was kind of that was kind of a weak 30, but whatever. I mean, Liv Morgan's a cutie, but that's just me.
I
Uh,
don't care about.
well, anyway, well, I do want to get as far as to a clever spot with Tiffany Stratton clinging on to Bianca Belair's hair, which must have sucked
Yeah.
for Bianca because she was hanging on. She was hanging on to the ropes and trying to hang on to her rope to her hair, trying to prevent her freaking Stratton from ripping out her hair from her head. But Bailey would kick out Belair out of the ring, and we were down to the last three women after Becky was actually surprisingly eliminated earlier in the Rumble. But going into the finish, Jade and Liv would have as far as back and forth on the ring apron. Liv went in for the kill with her finisher, eliminated Jade, but Bailey wisely kicked out Liv as well. As a result, your 2024 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Bailey. Meltzer gave the star rating of 3 out of 5. But real quick before I get into your thoughts, Bailey
That's
has. What'd you say?
wow, that's it.
That yeah, 3 out of 5, and I can't wait to get your reaction on the men's. But Bailey has already picked her as far as her opponent, Io Sky. Once she realized that Damage Control
They
had been
give the men
ridiculed
a
for
higher
weeks.
rating. That's
Because
that's
me and you agreed,
wrong.
we thought the women's rumble was better, right?
Yes.
Okay, I that's we might be in the minority because I agree with you. I thought the women's rumble was more interesting and better and more clever, but I just overthought. I thought it was better overall, but that's just me. So
4 out of maybe 4.25 for the women's rumble. I think it was one of the better women's rumbles that they had, honestly. And I
um
love that they didn't rely on any of the older people. Like we didn't have to see the
yes.
cat or attrition. Like as much as I don't mind them being in there. I like that they had enough women to satisfy the count of 30, and with at least one
Yeah.
surprise, in
Yeah.
Jordan Grace and a bunch of comebacks. So I personally don't. Wow, 3.5. That's pretty
Yes.
low.
Dude, I'm with you because they actually had an actual surprise. They had a debut with Jade. They had clever spots in it. And I thought it was like, I mean, there were some botches and whatnot, but I just thought overall it was better. But I mean, that's just me. But as far as yeah, that's so Bailey's already picked her opponent with Io Sky. Anything else that we miss on this?
No, I thought it was good. I didn't think that Liv, she needed to be number 30, but I mean, I don't care. about her coming back. I really didn't pay attention that she was gone.
She had that DWI thing.
Yeah, she had the weed, I think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not DWI. I'm sorry, driving under the influence, whatever.
Yeah,
DUI.
I didn't care that she was
Yeah.
gone. I didn't miss her. I really liked that Tiffany Stratton was in the Rumble.
Yeah, she looked.
I told
Yeah.
her I like her. I didn't know much about her until she actually won the NXT Women's Championship, but she impressed me when she won it. So I was pleasantly surprised to see
Yeah.
her in the match, and I think that that she has a bright future. Um, I also did like that all the women who got eliminated towards the end were sitting out, outside the
Yes.
ring, and
Yes.
all of them, as Bailey, she was pointing to the sign and everything. I thought that was a
Who
nice touch.
who had never run the Rumble, which is kind of interesting, but.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess yeah. Well, let me ask you, it's like because I think the Jordan Grace like surprise entrant, I think that could lead to potential the Rumble being a forbidden door. I mean, how far are we from an actual crossover from? And I'm talking about like the AEW people. Will that ever happen?
I mean, I don't see why it can't. I guess it would depend more on, what Triple H and I guess more so what the higher ups are willing to do. Because I could see, as much as people talk about,
Yeah.
this butting of heads that they have, I do see Tony Khan and Triple H as being wrestling fans more than anything.
Yeah.
And I think that they'd be willing to do business with each other. I wouldn't be shocked if it never happened, but I also wouldn't be shocked if it did happen.
Yeah.
And I think that with people like uh, Mercedes going over there, Soraya,
Yeah.
who I'm sure still have a good relationship. Jay still has a good relationship. I would like to, think that they would say, hey, let's bring this person, because one person I would love to see in the Royal Rumble is Britt Baker.
Yeah.
I would love to see her in the Royal Rumble. I think that she would, that would make her. And I think that they look at what's best for wrestling overall as a whole, not just the company. Now, with the heads, will it happen with TKO and stuff? Maybe not. But I wouldn't be against it, especially with them working with TNA.
I mean, I'll add on to this as kind of like an extra layer that people might not be aware of. Like, the TKO is a combination of UFC and WWE, which UFC's parent company is Endeavor. UFC is all about, as far as cross promotions with MMA in general, outside of UFC, like PFL or other, as far as like the promotions out there, that they will bother or borrow talent from outside promotions and they'll come over to showcase. So I don't think Endeavor would be against the idea as far as having it. They may encourage it. Like, hey, what about these guys from over there? What do they want? I think it's going to be really come down to Triple H. If he can swallow his ego and kind of put on like the best showcase. I mean, it's a win-win situation for everyone in my opinion. But but who knows? Like now with the whole situation with Stardom, with Rossi leaving, and now he wants to start his own women's promotion. I think I've heard rumors of Rossi, and I think you shared an article with Sean Ross Sapp saying that Rossi was, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but Rossi was WWE bound, but he says no. I think Julia is going to help out Rossi develop a new company. They might borrow them before they go to AEW, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, like I said, we'll see.
Yeah,
it
we'll
seems
see
like
for
it's
sure.
a different era in wrestling, and let's not front like Tony can't be a bitch too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I look at some of his tweets, and I'm just like, oh, bro, right
yeah, bro.
So, I mean, I think it's just a whole lot of things that have to come together in a line. But the first time we do hear either somebody in WWE, you hear that AEW music in the Royal Rumble, or if you hear that WWE theme in the AEW Blackjack, Blackjack Battle Royal.
I think
Either way, I could see something like that happening, and I think that would be a great crossover.
That would be awesome. But they have to do it in front of a
would
smart crowd, though, like a Chicago or Philly or New York.
New York,
Yeah,
Philly,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, but the pop would be amazing.
Oh, absolutely. The crowd would lose their freaking mind.
And I think that both companies would benefit from it.
I agree.
WWE doesn't need it, and I think that AEW could probably use the exposure more than WWE, does would need it. but I
We'll
think
see.
that it would still be for the fans.
We'll
That would
see.
be something for the fans.
I think there's a chance it might happen, but we'll bookmark this and talk about it hopefully in the future. But we shall maybe if the business is to go down, that might happen down the road. But I'm here for it for sure. But we'll see what happens. But all right. Anyways, going on as far as to the second match of the night, we had the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal or Undisputed Universal title. This match went 19 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, I didn't care for the match since no one on the planet thought Roman was losing. The match starts off with Knight, Styles, and Orton stomping on Roman. I have a graphic of all three stomping on this fool. Towards the finish, because honestly it's the same shit as always, Bloodline interferes. Solo takes out the others, tries to stack up the men on top of each other for Roman to pin. Roman is looking for AJ Styles, but AJ Styles finds him instead, connects him with the phenomenal forearm. AJ tried to pin all three while on top of each other, which I thought was hilarious, but that actually got a bit of a false finish. Roman, however, got the pin after hitting the spear on, I can't even remember, to be honest, and don't care. Still your undisputed Universal Champion, Roman. Waste of time. Meltzer star rating 3 out of 5. That's too high in my opinion, but your thoughts on this match, Steve?
Really,
Yeah.
I thought that Roman took a lot of punishment in this one. I was surprised at how much he got his ass kicked. Like you can say like it was we knew he wasn't gonna lose, and we did know he wasn't gonna lose it, but he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got a lot in there.
And I think AJ, not AJ, excuse me, LA Knight looked a lot better than I thought he was gonna look. He didn't look out of place with 3 world champions. So, I mean, overall, I wasn't disappointed by it, but I wasn't expecting much from it anyway. But I don't think it was better than the women's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was on the same level. I personally think the women's Royal Rumble was the best
match of the night. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Personally.
So
for him to rate it
that high, yeah,
just like,
that's crazy.
Why? Because it wasn't anything like they didn't do anything special in the Fatal 4-Way. They didn't do anything special at all. So why would that be rated the same? The only good spot for me that I thought was just like, this is funny, was like you said, when they tried to stack them all, and Roman caught the phenomenal forearm, fell on top of the stack, and AJ Styles tried to stack them. I thought that was interesting, but other than that, I don't understand why
the rating was more flex. Yeah, no, I get you, but yeah, I mean, not much to add on this. We're on the way to WrestleMania, and we'll talk a little bit as far as what's to come next. But to talk about the next thing that's even more perplexing is this match with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens going for the Universal Championship. Match went 14 minutes. Is it the U.S. title? I'm sorry. An interesting side note: before Logan Paul came out, Paul Heyman saw Logan Paul and told him try to top that. I think they kind of did. Logan was the favorite to retain. There was a weird spot where Logan Paul was punching KO's hand. I keep forgetting he's got that stupid titanium hand or whatever. Was there an injury to Owens, or I was confused by this?
They said that his hand was broken. That was part of KO.
Oh, okay. So
that part of the storyline leading up to it is that his hand was messed up.
I was so confused by this, but that's whatever. But another weird spot was Logan Paul was yelling at the announce team, I think to Corey Graves, saying that no one has ever suplexed Kevin Owens off the top turnbuckle.
Because that's what Corey Graves had said. Because he said he's called a ton of Kevin Owens matches, and he's never seen anybody give Kevin Owens a superplex off the top rope. And so Logan Paul's goal was to give Kevin Owens a superplex.
Yes, and because I think he's like you said, he always counters it, and that's exactly what Kevin Owens did to Logan. Spoiler. Fast forward, Logan Paul does end up calling as far as some random bloke to hop over the guardrail. Security then stops this rando. But it was pretty much, it served as a distraction for Austin Theory to hand Logan Paul some brass knucks. I didn't even know I wasn't even aware there was affiliation of some sort.
Me neither. That's why I said it didn't make sense.
Okay, then I guess we're both confused. Owen sees the brass knucks, steals them off of Logan Paul, but by the power of God, or the referee's incredible 2020 vision, he sees Owens has the brass knucks on Owen's hands, or Kevin Owens' hand, and disqualifies Kevin Owens. Logan Paul is still your U.S. champion. What? Like, this is like one of the most bizarre finishes I've ever seen. But I don't even know if you like the finish. What did you think of the finish?
I didn't mind it too much. I just didn't understand why Kevin Owens didn't throw the brass knucks at
That too, or put in the trunks.
Yeah, something. Like, I didn't understand why he just, like, it was easy to just take him off and throw him. So that was kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I thought the match was cool. You know, I like Logan Paul as a wrestler overall. I'm guessing that with them doing that the titles are gonna be on, on the
Elimination Chamber.
No, but on TV more often.
Yeah.
Leading up into it, because now he. Oh, well, you didn't see SmackDown today.
No, I did not.
Spoiler alert for everybody, and I know that this is a Royal Rumble show, but he's in the. He's probably going to be in the Elimination Chamber match.
I would like to see that
for the a shot at the World Heavyweight Champion and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to do. I'm going to guess that somehow he and Kevin Owens are going to, run into each other, because it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Dominic as in the qualifying match to get into the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that somehow in the Elimination Chamber that they're going to butt heads, and they're going to have another U.S. title match, and Kevin Owens will probably win it.
Yeah.
That'll be part of his WrestleMania moment, and Logan Paul will have a great WrestleMania moment himself, just being there and walking in as the champ.
Yeah.
But my thing from the beginning was, you already don't have Roman on there full time, or really at all. It's hard to not have your main title or your secondary title on TV for extended periods of time. Because at that point, what's the point in watching?
Yeah,
the
storylines
aren't that good.
I agree, for sure. Well, I mean, the aftermath afterwards, I did forget to mention that Owens did lay out Logan Paul outside with the power.
Oh boy, did he!
He powerbombed his ass into the announcer's desk, and that was it. That was the end. Meltzer's star rating was 3.5 out of 5. But
he's just giving everything 3.5. He was lazy on this one,
he was, bro. I mean, he did kind of change the add to the men's one. You'll be surprised with the men's, but I guess I mean you're thinking this is a continuation, or this is probably not over.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, well, all right, moving on to as far as the last thing, as far as but any other. Well, actually, no, you already gave your thoughts, so we'll move on to the main event, the men's Royal Rumble. Last match of the night was the men's Royal Rumble match. Went 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 25 seconds. Going into the match, CM Punk was the odds-on favorite, followed by Cody. More on that in a bit. Entry number 1 was Jey Uso to start off. Entry number 2 was Jimmy Uso, which Jey acted like he was surprised. But interesting dynamic with the brother versus brother going at 1 and 2. I think I heard you say that watch him do this.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was where they were going to go with it, because it's just a perfect opening. But I will say, before we get further into it, with them having that as the perfect opening, I was kind of surprised at the way that they got eliminated. Like, they had nothing to do with each other's elimination, to me, which was stupid.
Yeah, they didn't. They could have easily kind of capitalized that and add to the feud or do a Mania matchup or whatever. But
yeah, which was what I thought they were going to do with having them going first, because they didn't even interact for that long.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. But okay, going into it, because there's a lot of things that need to go into the men's that happened. Number 3 was Grayson Waller, and number 4, the returning Andrade, and no one cared. Like, this crowd did not give a damn this man showed up. I mean, I like Andrade. I think me and you may have agreed as far as that he was probably more popular in AEW. But yeah, that was interesting. I guess he was expecting a bigger reaction and didn't get much.
They did nothing with him in WWE before he left.
I mean, he had a bigger run in NXT.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand how they expected him to get some kind of big reaction when he did nothing with him.
I mean, I like Andrade. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think they
too.
could definitely use him, and he's jacked up like crazy, brother.
Yeah, you know how I felt about him in AEW.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I thought that they should have used him more. Like, him and Miro should have had better runs in AEW.
Oh, it's another one too. But anyways, all right, speed running this. The next competitor was Carmelo Hayes, followed by Nakamura. Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, Dirty Dom, Carlito, Bobby Lashley. I believe we had a few eliminations around this time. I say that because I kind of remember Bobby Lashley fighting outside with Karrion Kross, with AOP getting involved, and then the Street Profits jumping in there.
Yeah.
Is that like... So that's news to me. I don't know anything as far as what's going on, but I guess it's a Mania feud?
I don't know if it's a Mania feud, but they when AOP came back with Karrion Kross, that what they did was they beat up the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. That was who they went after. That's who they targeted first. So
Yeah, I mean, well...
and it's ongoing. So I'm guessing because now you have Scarlett interfered and B-Fab came back. So I guess it's still gonna, it's gonna be something either Elimination Chamber or Mania. I think that they actually have a match scheduled, a 6-man tag.
Okay.
But I've been uninterested in the story. I like AOP and
The Street Profits.
I'm whatever on Carrier or whatever on Carrier.
He should just shave his head again, bro. God. I don't know about...
Bobby Lashley.
Or come out as reborn as freaking Jesse Ventura, because he does a great impersonation of Jesse Ventura. I don't know if you heard it.
Nah, but
I'll say that to you, but
I don't understand what his gimmick is.
I don't either. I don't know what they're doing.
For me to get behind him, I love the AOP because I was just saying earlier to somebody that one of my favorite matches of all time is AOP, DIY, and Revival. I know you've seen that match.
Yeah, I think yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my favorite matches. So them being there, I really want to see them there, but this feud is doing nothing for me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, because he's got a banging wife too, man, and I feel like they could use her to elevate him, but I don't even think they know what to do with him. But with Karrion Kross referring to, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I feel as far as like the Street Profits. I've already said as far as Tez, but I'm starting to lean with you about not breaking the Street Profits. But anyway,
Angelo Dawkins is really good. He's really come on strong, and I think that he's very underrated.
Yeah, he improved that. I remember he had that shoulder attack at the Rumble, or not the Rumble, the Mania was a year ago or so. I think he shoulder targeted Braun.
I remember we talked about it.
Yeah. But that was...
I don't remember exactly which review it was at, but he's gotten much better.
Yeah, but anyways, I guess... all right, well, moving on, because there's still a lot of guys that still left to talk about. While the Hurt Business and the OP exited, coming in at number 12, we had Ludwig Kaiser, followed by Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes at number 15, then Bronson Reed, Kofi Kingston, Gunther, Ivar, and Dee's favorite Braun Breaker, the big booty daddy, but you do it better than I do.
I'm surprised Kofi didn't have his spot this year.
I think they stopped that since like a year or two ago already.
He got hurt, right? Or something
Yeah,
like that?
something. It just failed, and they just stopped doing it. I think they should start a new string of fails and just go with that, and then kind of pay off in a couple years where he does succeed at trying to save himself from getting eliminated. That's just my opinion,
But on another note, the big booty daddy looked
Yes.
really good out there, man. He looked amazing out there. He looked like he belonged.
I agree, but
Like
yeah. Oh, he looked fantastic, man. To kind of add on to what you're saying now, I'm not sure who as far as got eliminated as far as, so don't at me, but Braun Breaker apparently took the Brock Lesnar spot and made the best of it. But
Yes, he did.
coming in as far as number 21, Omos came out but had only one elimination. Surprisingly, I thought he had more than that, and that was Bronson Reed. A surprise entrant coming in number 22 was Pat McAfee, who claims he had no idea he was in the Rumble, but was juking and jiving his way to the ring from the announcer table. But this idiot proceeded to eliminate himself after seeing Omos and Braun Breaker were waiting for him. It was an absolute waste of a spot.
That was supposed to be a Brock spot.
Yes, correct.
And I think that Brock not being there messed that up. It
Um,
might have been more with Brock, because that was supposed to lead to a feud between Dom and Brock.
I'm glad you brought that up, because moving on, Breaker would eliminate Finn Balor, but Braun would be eliminated by Dirty Dom. This was supposed to be the Lesnar spot, but you're telling me Dom was supposed to eliminate Lesnar?
Yeah, that was. I think that was supposed to lead to a match for those two. If I'm remembering correctly from the insider, I put that in air quotes, the insider reports.
Yeah,
And I believe that was SRS that said that, so you know it's pretty accurate.
oh yeah, yeah. That I mean that the Brock Lesnar was part of a ongoing investigation that they're trying to scrub him off the history. We're not going to get into the details, but you're more than welcome to follow Sean Ross Sapp or even Meltzer to kind of look up as far as details. But it's out there. You're more than welcome to free it. It's on the internet.
Fightful
So
Select, that's $5 in the business.
shout out to SRS. Although if you add him and you're wrong, he's very petty. He will fucking at your ass later on. So that man keeps receipts. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, all right. Well, moving on. Out next at 23, and just hear me out here because I'm going to go on a really long ramble here. At 23, we had JD McDonough, followed by the undeniable R-Truth. Before entering, JD was laid out, but I think Truth tossed him in back in. He got eliminated by Gunther.
He ran in. He said that he ran in and got eliminated. It was like, no, he after R-Truth came in, well, he didn't actually go in. He picked up JD McDonough and he gave him like a pound because remember he's not in the Judgment Day according to R-Truth. So he threw him in and then Gunther, knocked out JD McDonough. He was like, man, I was trying to help you. I was trying to help you. I thought it was hilarious.
R-Truth dominated. I think he had the spot of the night here, but you know exactly what I'm referring to right here. But spot of the night was undoubtedly this. R-Truth walked his way up the steel steps, grabs the tag rope, reaches out for the tag to Dom. Yes. Dirty Dom is completely confused by this. Gunther comes up from behind on Dom for the rear naked choke. Dom instinctively reaches for help towards Truth. He gives, I think it was a stunner on Gunther, and Dom makes a leaping hot tag to R-Truth. Truth, in honor of his childhood hero John Cena, does the shoulder tackles, the back body drop, and hits the "you can't see me" gesture. Tries to go for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Gunther gets up and gives him the big boot. Tremendous stuff. You got to give it to these guys for coming with this spot, but I was giggling through the entire process. I mean, I think you remember it as far as laughing through this whole thing.
Yeah. R-Truth is amazing. R-Truth he's definitely amazing. And being in the game so long at 50 years old, R-Truth is just truly amazing.
He is, for sure, a God's gift to the world.
There hasn't been a comedy act like people say Santino, but Santino is not.
No, he was terrible. Santino was garbage.
R-Truth has made so many people break character. And just his comedic timing, the things he does. And I mean, I've followed his career, through companies. And Ron Killings, K-Dog, R-Truth, whatever you want to call it, he has been good. And I mean, not only as a wrestler, but as just an on-screen presence from his comedic timing, his mic work, and even when he did the serious work when he was with the Miz.
Oh yeah.
Beating up John Cena.
He was smoking that cigarette too.
Yes, he is just an amazing character, amazing performer, and to this day he's still one of my favorites. When he's on the screen, I'm actually intrigued. Whether it's the 24/7 championship, whether it's the stuff with the Judgment Day, he's truly one of those people who makes chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yep.
You can give him anything and it's gonna go over.
I mean,
he had a 24 championship and made Brock Lesnar break character and laugh when he had the Money in the Bank briefcase. So, I mean, R-Truth is just a legend, and I hope that before his career is over, that he's actually acknowledged for being the legend that he is.
Yeah, he's guaranteed Hall of Famer for sure. But I just, it was such a simple little thing that he did, just him being like, he always does, I think he's done this before where he brought in a ladder and tried to go up for the ladder to get he thought it was a Money in the Bank match, but, I mean, they played it up. I'm laughing because I'm seeing Gunther do the rear naked choke on Dom, and it looks like he's smiling because he knows what he has to do. But I think Dom didn't know what to do, but he realized that he was trying to play up to the idea of the hot tag, even though there was no tag in this thing. But commentary did a terrible job. But McAfee kind of played into it. Michael Cole didn't give a shit, but I was laughing. I thought it was one of the best spots in the moment. For sure, watch it if you have not. But I mean, that to me, this is the highlight of the night for sure, in my opinion. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Anything with R-Truth, I tend to enjoy it. He actually had the spot of the night in both Rumbles.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. He was in both.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, at number 25, the Miz would enter, and followed by Damian Priest. Some conflict between the Miz and Judgment Day. Love the angle with R-Truth trying to fit in with Judgment Day. I know you brought that up a little bit, but it seems like
Yeah, he
that
wouldn't let him
ended.
eliminate 30 Dom.
Yeah, that little love feud, whatever, has already ended, and I thought that kind of went on a fart in my opinion. But that they really wasted that in my opinion. But yeah, but making his first Rumble appearance after 10 years was CM Punk, entering at number 27 and proceeded to tear his bicep or tricep. More to come on that. Before getting into that, the last participants at 28 was Ricochet, 29, Drew McIntyre. And at number 30 was Sami Zayn. We were nearing as far as the finish, and there was really no. I mean, it was pretty much that was it. Number 30 was Sami Zayn, and there was no surprises other than Andrade. That was really disappointing in my opinion, but I mean, there was.
Yeah, I like Sammy, but that was like both number 30s to me were kind of disappointing. They were lame.
Yeah, they kind of wasted it, but
Opinion.
yeah. No,
Like
I agree with
29
you.
and 30 should be. If you're gonna have a big surprise, it should be somewhere like 29 or 30. You know, especially if it's gonna be somebody who you think has a chance, because that's usually who you think is coming out. Somebody at 30 you think is gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
And I knew Sami Zayn had no shot at winning.
Oh no, yeah. If it was last year,
Liv
maybe.
Morgan has a slight chance.
If it was
Like,
last year, that would have been interesting, but that didn't happen. But anyway.
yeah, and Liv Morgan in the women's has you know, you look at her and it's like she's been a champion, so there's a slight chance. I don't see at all where they were gonna make Sami Zayn a champion. So having
Yeah.
him come out at 30 was, I think, kind of a waste where you could have had a surprise pick. He should have been in
Yeah.
earlier and had a surprise pick at 30. Like, even if you're going to, maybe Andrade should have come out at 30 or should have come out later in the Rumble, and you can give credence to maybe he might win.
Or even Braun Breaker.
But, yeah, somebody who might win.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I don't know, but well, anyway, going into the finish, the last 4 men in the ring were Punk, McIntyre, Gunther, and Cody. Punk eliminates McIntyre. Cody takes out Gunther. So we're down to the last 2 men with Cody and Punk. Now, keep in mind, Punk and Cody were the 2 favorites, with Punk being the top overall favorite to win. That was who Vegas had the odds-on favorite. Around this time when we're doing the watch-along, Chris, shout out to Chris, asked as far as what the chance of Punk had at winning the Rumble. I think I said it was like around 99%, and I know why you're laughing. As soon as Punk
I think I
said...
said 90. I might have said 85 to 90 myself.
We were high, right. But we both agreed on the same thing, that as soon as we said that, Punk then declared saying, "I'm not losing to Dusty's kid." Me and you groaned and replied by saying that his chances drastically dropped, and you agreed.
Oh, no, I said Cody's winning. As soon as he said that, I was like, oh, Cody's winning.
I said his chances were dropping,
no
yeah.
I was like, Cody's winning this.
And Cody eliminated Punk. I mean, were you... So you weren't surprised that he won?
No, I'm not surprised at all that he won. I wasn't surprised going in that, you know, I figured it could be either one of them. I'm surprised that they made it that blatant by him saying that, because as soon as, like you just said, as soon as he said that line, we both just were like, you said, well, Chris, his chances drastically dropped, and I'm like, oh, Cody's winning for sure now. Like, there's no shot Punk is winning. I was like, oh, well, Cody's winning. So yeah, no, that was, I guess, very. I don't know why they did that line. It was very just telling what was going to happen after that. They kind of choreographed it, but overall, I mean, I don't understand also why Cody eliminated Gunther 2 years in a row, unless they're going to have them fight for the title at some point.
Probably eventually.
Gunther maybe take it off of Cody and use that as ammunition for it, because I mean, 2 years straight. First he eliminated him to win it, and now he eliminated him to, you know, make it him and CM Punk. And CM Punk eliminated McIntyre. This is gonna be terrible to say, and I hate for it to come off this way, but the way that McIntyre and CM Punk don't like each other, CM Punk tearing his tricep was a happy accident, because McIntyre has been absolutely brutal.
Dude, he's been a menace.
He's been a savage since he tore his tricep. Like, the memes and the videos that he's putting out are just hilarious, bro. Even the shirt is fucking funny. And if you get a chance, You should go back and watch SmackDown tonight because
I did not. I gotta watch that. Yeah.
he talked about it, and he was talking about it being the highest grossing shirt, more than Punk's own shirts. So he gave
Wow.
a nice little promo out on his way down to the ring. So it was just very
He
interesting.
and he's a
So
pending
I
free
hate
agent. He there's no way they
yeah.
should let him go. Like you cannot let McIntyre walk.
And I also want to say we called that. We called Punk getting hurt.
We said either he would be a backstage like great backstage drama or hurt himself and damn it he I mean some people think that there's people that believe oh by the way too Cody your men's 2024 Royal Rumble Cody did tear his tricep in
After
the
losing
match.
Punk tore his tricep and Cody
I'm
lost a
sorry.
tooth.
Oh that's right yeah was it Drew I mean Drew was just
McIntyre.
killing yeah Drew like McIntyre just he Claymore kicked Cody's tooth out he tore he tore freaking CM Punk's as far as like yeah the dude and then the guy on social media if you haven't seen it the guy was saying like he had the workout videos and kind of I think his wife was holding the camera and he started working on his I mean he had his at home work gym and he looked at the camera and says it's time to tear up those triceps wink wink like just an absolute bastard. I mean he's hilarious but side note though I do want to bring up Cody did do the too sweet sign and the gun gesture essentially giving a shout out to the Bucks and Omega which is very fitting since he it was Punk that he had eliminated. Meltzer's star rating 4.5 or 4.25 out of 5. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is Meltzer's getting older.
He is, bro. He is senile, brother. God, there was no way it was that high. I would have given it a 3.5 maybe.
I would have reversed the women's and the men's Royal Rumbles.
I would say 3.5 for the men's, 4 for the women's.
4.25. Yeah, I'd give the women's 4.25.
Damn.
4 to 4.25, and I'd give the men's a 3.5. But if we're really being honest, there was nothing special in any of them. You just had more surprises and more. I think like test of strength with the women, like when you had the Bianca and Jade standoff. Was really cool. The crowd was really into that.
Yes.
They, the anticipation for that, and they had both two women. I can't remember which two, but they had two women in the press slam position when they were facing off before they got hit. Cool Jade spot. Picking up Nia and throwing her out and body slamming her,
and then
Nia
Becky's
and
reaction,
going at it. Yeah, Becky's reaction to it. Jordan Grace being in the Royal Rumble. I mean, to me, the women's Royal Rumble just offered a little bit more. So.
I don't know if we're in the minority in that, but I mean, Meltzer's rating is kind of whatever, but yeah.
That's was my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I thought the women's Rumble was better than the men's, but I mean, I think it was a pleasant surprise to see Cody win the actual men's Rumble back to back, but
two of them.
Yeah, because I don't know who did I have a lock of the night? I think it was Bailey or I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I think it was Logan Paul. I know I didn't pick CM Punk, but regardless, that was I don't know. Well, we'll get into as far as the Cody situation. So Cody now, what we have now officially Roman against Cody at WrestleMania 40. After that whole shebang, as far as what's going on with The Rock and him personally inserting himself to a feud with Roman. That if you have not seen that press conference situation with the face-off, you gotta watch it. That is on WWE.com or on YouTube. Go to the YouTube page for WWE, watch it. It's like at least 20 minutes, but it's an interesting as far as segment.
There's Punk is a menace on the mic.
Oh, dude, he was a bastard. Even The Rock was kind of staring him down in the background. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he said like, what do you say like, if it's the boss, I'm gonna choke him or punch him. I'm like this guy. I'm like this freaking guy.
Boss, I'd have to whip his ass. And I'm just thinking. I saw a meme on thing, and I was thinking to myself like, no wonder Tony was afraid for his life.
Dude. Yeah, I mean that's true, but I guess
I just find it funny. He's doing all that tough guy talk, and he's the one who said, "Hey, yeah, if you got a problem with me, come and see me," and then had a big problem with people coming to see him. So I mean,
I think it was kind of high and by. Well, I mean, didn't Big E say something about I'm just here so that Punk doesn't get fined?
Oh yeah, the Big E did say that. Like it was a
Love
great.
it.
That was a great press conference.
Great. Yeah, but good stuff, man. That's some of the best like stuff I've seen, like from the golden era to the attitude era. This is why I say
I
WWE is
enjoyed
like
it.
white whot. But looking forward to see where they go with this. But we'll talk more about that, I guess, later on in another segment. Dee did agree to hold off on the Rock and Cody feud, or Rock, Roman, Cody dynamic till a later time. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now in wrestling, so that we definitely want to cover it in about a week or two, I guess. I don't know when you're down to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down for it. But okay, any other last thoughts for the Rumble or what you're looking forward to at WrestleMania?
Nah, I just enjoyed the Rumble. I would give it a solid, probably 3.25 to 4 stars. I did. It wasn't extraordinary,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't bad either. It kind of gave us what we expected. But even sometimes when you get what you expect, what you can expect can be good depending on how they do it. So overall, I enjoyed it. I thought that, like I said, there was a lot that it had to offer.
I agree.
The matches were decent. So
Yeah,
I'm
decent.
definitely
Decent
looking
Rumble.
forward to. Well, I'm looking forward to the Elimination Chamber after that. Road to
Well,
WrestleMania.
that's at 4 in the morning on a Saturday. Have you seen it?
Yeah. But I generally watch Wrestle Kingdom, so it's
Oh
not.
wow!
It's,
That doesn't work for me,
yes.
brother. I don't know about that.
Sometimes I watch that or G1, so I mean it's not that big of a deal for me.
I guess I don't know, but anyways, I guess that's it. No other as far as things, but definitely worth watching if you guys have not seen the Rumble. But okay, all right. Well, everyone, thanks everyone for listening. For D, I am Ray. We'll be back later, everyone.
Peace.